Hello everyone. It's time again for another video. We're going to continue on with viewer favorites and viewer challenges, and I'm going to do what I want to do just because I'm skipping down here to coloring in gems because I feel like coloring today. And yeah, I'm not going to do any particular pattern for the gem itself. Actually, I don't want this piece of paper. Hang on a second. Let me do on this size. That's good. I actually want a lighter piece of paper if I have one. There's one. Let's do it on white. That particular card is approximately ATC size, which this one is 3 inches by about 4 1/4. Perfect ATC size. If you don't know what ATC means, it means artist trading card. I'm going to do a little gem a la my friend Stephanie over at Deliberately Creative. If you don't know her yet, please do check her out. She is awesome. I'm going to do a oval-ish shape with my pencil. And just going to draw myself a little gem. Like I said, a la Stephanie. This doesn't have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, I know it won't be, but that's okay. So I just drew myself sort of an eggy shape. Don't forget that this morning I will be doing my walk. The link for excuse me, the link for donating will be available all the way till the end of the year, so I will leave it attached to my videos, but I don't think I will promote it anymore because today will be the last day for when I'm actually walking. But the link will be there if you felt like you wanted to donate but you didn't have the funds this month, but you might have funds next month. It will still be there. Just FYI. Okay, so I'm going to just do some sort of little design around the outside. I really don't know what I'm doing at the moment. I have no plan. I'm just gonna, I really like these flux sleeves, so maybe I'll put some of those. Maybe put some little berries or stones, little jewels on the sides here. Maybe a cluster of them up here. I don't know. I'm just doodling, just like Stephanie does. It's a doodle gem. And maybe some more leaves. Now you could use one of the patterns that go specifically with gems from Pattern Dash Collections. You could go into the search feature and put in gem, and you will find all sorts of things that are gemstone patterns that are easy, that have spots for gems to be put. looks good. Just some sort of little frame for my gem. Maybe I'll do a little aura in here. Give it a little beveled edge all the way around. Something like that. How's that? Good enough? Good enough. I think I want a little bit thicker of a border on the inside. And so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my bigger pen and I'm just going to make a little bit thicker of a line on this inside edge. Because these gems tend to look like they're set inside a bezel. And that usually creates a deep shadow right here. You might as well draw it with the pen first. Like that. I think that's good. I want a little bit more coming down here. Like that, I think. Maybe okay, that feels more balanced to me. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to do a blue gem. I've pulled out, actually pulled out 4 colors. Stephanie tends to do it with 3. I like a little bit more. I've got also white and a gold pencil. I'm using my Prismacolor only because my new color pencils are not here. They're in the house and I didn't feel like going to get them. So I go from lightest to darkest. This particular one through Prismacolor is light cerulean blue, true blue, ultramarine blue, and indigo blue. But any colored pencils that go in the same family, that go from a really light all the way to super dark, will work. Now you need to decide where your reflection is going to be. There's always a reflection on a gem. It's usually kind of a circular, because that's usually what lights are. I'm going to put my reflection maybe here. You can't see this white pencil, but I'm going to stick this here anyways, because I know when I color over the top of it, I'll be able to see it. And that's where I want my reflection, right in this general area. And I'm going to start coloring with my lightest pencil, and I'm actually going to color this whole thing very, very lightly all over. Other people do this differently, but I like to start with the all over color, and I'm going super light. I'm barely touching the paper with my pencil. And I can see where I put that white pencil right there. I can see it. Okay, so I just do just a super light. I'm barely holding the edge, like I'm holding it way out here, and I'm barely touching the paper. I'm just skimming the surface, hardly putting any color down, but I want it kind of even. Okay, and then with the next color, I want to leave this spot uncolored and go kind of around that spot, but do the same thing. But just leave that spot right there uncolored. Well, just colored with that lightest blue. And then go around the whole thing again. Just gently. Making sure I get all the way into the corners. And yes, it's going to be covered with another color. But I do want it all covered, because it's the layers that give you that depth. Just gently. Okay. So you see how I've left that spot? It's a little bit lighter. Now I want to go the same thing with the next color. Actually, this I needed to make a little bit smaller. That highlight spot be a little bit smaller. Same thing again, a little bit wider with that highlight spot, and then do that same process. Super gently. Like I said, I'm holding it way back here, and I'm just barely touching the paper with the side of the pencil. Notice I'm not going straight down and making a hard line. I'm making a soft, barely touching the paper. Kind of going in little circles so I don't leave lines as best I can. Now you can color with colored pencils, you can color with marker, you can do it with watercolor, but the theory is still the same. You want to leave a highlighted spot, you want to get darkest around the edges, you want to just make yourself a graduated color change from lightest to darkest. And now with this medium dark pencil, I'm actually going to get a little bit darker right around the edge, because the darkest one is where I'm going to tuck it way down inside, but I want to get right around the edge with a little bit more pressure, still not getting it super hard, but this is going to be my kind of a middle value, and I want it a little bit more on the edges here. But the same process is the same no matter what kind of medium you're using. You could be painting with acrylics. It doesn't really matter. If you're doing gems, you kind of want the same sort of thing. You want a highlighted area, and then you're going to want reflected lights over here, which is where I'm going to use my white gel pen at the end. Okay, so now I've got sort of a gradient happening, and I know it's really light, and don't worry about it, I'm going to come back again. Now this one here, I'm going to just barely touch a little bit in here, almost none. I do want some of that color there, because your eye will actually see that it's multiple colors when you look at it in person. So I do want a little bit of that color here, but not much. And then I want to come in right around the edge with this darkest color. I'm going to go around once kind of light, and then I'll come back in one more time like really dark right up at the edge. That, and then I'm going to come in. Now I'm going to hold it down lower and press a little harder and be a little bit more on the tip of my pencil. And come right in at the edge. And then kind of gently blend it outward. I want to make sure I'm getting rid of all the white paper right there at the edge. Excuse me. And just blend it outward. That. And I think I want it a little darker right here. I want to make it have a little more shadow. Light's coming in and it's bouncing around and it's making a little bit of depth on the edges, on the corners, kind of like that. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go back through my colors again and do another layer of each of the darker or the lighter colors on top of the darker colors to make it even more depth. And this is a slower process than just coloring, but it's worth it. If you were using paints, you would have to do more of a blended, like maybe a wet on wet technique, or if you're doing acrylics, you might want to use a sponge or something, maybe mask off the area and get it darker and darker around the edges, maybe with a sponge or a stippling brush. And then the next color, next lightest color, bit more of that color because I wanted it to be a nice deep color gem. I'm just doing another layer right over the top, making sure I still leave this as a light spot. But I don't want it stark white either. And then back again with the very lightest color, and I'm blending out some of those spots. See? Gives it a depth and a richness. And then I can come back with the white right there and kind of give it that highlight. And then I can give bright white spots, like where the light is really hitting, using my gel pen. I like this Uniball Signo one. It's my favorite. And that's where the light can just reflect, be a little bit more kind of loose. Got a lot of it over here, and then a little bit where it's kind of reflecting around the edge of this gem. Like that. That's a little. Like that. And if you think that you overdid, like I think I might have overdid just a little bit with this one, I can come back with a pencil and kind of just give it a little less where you can still see it, but it's just a little less if you think you overdid. So don't be afraid to try it with the white gel pen, and if you don't like it, you can come back and just kind of like put a little bit of pencil over the top and kind of erase it, so to speak. Like I don't like that one, so we'll just kind of do that. Yeah, that looks good. Now I want to make this little bezel thing gold. But I don't want to, the gold tends to look like just pencil. So I don't know if I want it like that. Well, you know what I can do? I know what I can do. I can color the whole thing gold. And I can come back in with my silver pen and give it a highlight. Let me do that. Oops. Gotta get your pen working. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera. That's giving it a silvery highlight, but I can see it in person. That's all that matters, right? And then I need to decide, is this brooch thing, is it got gems encrusted? Is it, I don't really want to color the leaves like green. Maybe I'll come in here again with this gold pencil. Color all of this gold. And then highlight it with the silver. That's what I'll do. Coloring is so much fun. You'll notice that the drawing itself only took a couple of minutes. The rest of it's going to be is all coloring. I love to color. But I don't do it as often on my channel as just the drawing, because you know, you guys come here for the drawing. And that's the point, is to learn a new pattern. But sometimes I just want to play. So today's a play day. Didn't feel like doing anything hard or anything I had to think about, so I'm just playing. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here with my silver pen and give some silver highlights, which you guys may or may not be able to see on camera. Okay, I like it. Can you guys see the silvery highlights? I don't know if you can. There you go. Get it just in the right light. You can see the silvery highlights. And I do think I'm going to put a little bit of red, like it would be a red gemstone right here. You know, I was going to leave the white, but I think I'm just going to come back with the white white pen to do my highlight. Do a little red and put a little bit of pink in there, because the stones are never all one color. So it's got like little rubies. That red is not super red. I might take my red pen. Where's my red pen? I have a red pen. I know I have a red pen. Where's my red pen? In here? There's a red pen. And just go around the edge of each of those with a red pen to get a nice dark red. Make them more gemstone-y. Get rid of any white near the edges and make a nice dark red. My red colored pencil is not that dark. This is just a Sharpie pen in the color red. I don't usually use these to draw with because they're not waterproof. They are a water-based ink, so if I draw with them I have to remember not to use watercolors. My white pen to give them little highlights. Oops. Just like that. Perfect. I think I'm done. I enjoyed myself. This one is, I need to sign it. Doodle Gems. I just may send this one to my little friend Stephanie because she inspired me and because she gifted me those other ATCs that I showed you, and I was excited to get them, and I now have an address for her, so I may just send her a gift back. Good idea. Well, put away all my pencils so that I don't lose them. And you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video, which will be on the 25th. We'll be working our way on the last week of Inktober. I don't think I'm drawing any more today, but who knows, I might. And I will see you guys on the next video. Go out and do something nice for someone today and make the world a better place. See you guys later. Bye.